Yes, who is it? Hello? Oh, for crying out loud. What could it be? Oh, Halo the Master Chief Collection. What was I meant to be doing? Oh shit! That's right. How can I not realise there's a camera in front of me and Master Chief's right there handing me this game? It can only be one thing. We are back reviewing another Halo title in our Halo review series, this time round with Halo 4. So as always, strap on those boots and polish that weapon, because we are going back into the world of Halo, this time round with my review of Halo 4. Halo 4 brought one of the biggest changes within the Halo series. For the first time, the series was changing hands. So it was no longer being made by the team at Bungie who created the legendary Halo trilogy. 343 Industries was taking over, and they had some big boots to fill with Halo 4. Get in those boots. Halo 4 sets itself a number of years after the event of Halo 3. The game starts in the wreckage of the UNSC forward onto Dawn. Our blue girlfriend Cortana wakes up Master Chief from a cryosleep, and Master Chief seems a little bit ticked off, to say the least, and I can't blame him. He must be busting for a good pee. Evacuation complete. We discover our AI companion has been really going through some rapid mental decline. Cortana begins to lose her control through her thoughts and emotions. Halo 4 is built around Cortana's mental decline, and we see Master Chief really battling it out to try and reverse her status condition. It's through Cortana we find that AI only lives 7 years, but saying that, Cortana is 8 years old and she is rapidly falling apart. And one thing that really stood out to me, one thing that 343 did really good over Bungie, was the fact they developed this really strong relationship between Master Chief and Cortana. Master Chief had a bit more of a soul in Halo 4. He wasn't just running and gunning and killing aliens, which, don't get me wrong, is bloody fun. But this time around you get this bit more of a more, human sort of side to Master Chief. He's worried about how Cortana's going, what's going to happen to her. He treats her like you would like any sort of human. And this was just awesome. I loved it. Now, I must admit, all this talk about AI and how long it lived had me intrigued. So I asked a couple of questions of Siri. Siri, do you know how long AI lives for?
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Are you friends with Cortana?
I'm a big fan of good listeners and helpful beings.
Well, there we have it, folks. We can see that AI is secretly taking hold of the universe. While the previous Halo titles had endless battles with the Covenant and Flood, this time round we get a new lot of enemies to face, the Prometheans. These had a good variety of enemies, from the Knights, which had deadly weapons that used things like the light rifle and suppressor, to the Knight Lancer that were scouts and marksmen that used Promethean vision to locate hidden enemies. Just awesome. While these enemies were fun and fresh, they really didn't show a whole lot of personality, or brains for that matter. I did, however, love the look at them, futuristic, metal looking, just a really badass combo. While we're talking personalities, I will say I was disappointed to see the comicalness of the grunts had gone. In the previous trilogy, the grunts were silly and funny, and in Halo 4, they were more serious and a little less cute in my opinion. Just to add to that last little bit of disappointment, we did have our main villain in the game called the Didac, the leader of the Prometheans. My main problem with the character was that they were just bland, I felt. Without spoiling the game for anyone, the interactions against them were just really lackluster, and I would have personally loved to have seen a little bit more personality behind the character and have them provide a more tougher challenge. For those who have played Halo 4, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. Having the new race of Prometheans did, however, introduce some exciting new futuristic weapons. Not only did the guns in Halo 4 feel great to use, they also sounded amazing to boot. I have a few favourite new weapons, and these included the light rifle. This gun sure did get the job done with a 15 round clip and a capacity of 45 rounds. If you kill an enemy with this, they will be disintegrated. It is so good. Then we have the scatter shot. This was a really fun one, being a shotgun essentially with the ability to reflect from surfaces. This gun was designed by the Prometheans to go up against the Flood, our zombie-like enemies from the previous titles. Really great fun for close combat. Last but not least, we have the incinerator cannon, which is a fun mix of rocket launcher, shotgun, and flamethrower. Just talking out loud about the incinerator gun reminded me of that multifunctional gun from the awesome movie that is Fifth Element.
Flamethrower. My favourite.
One new feature that I really loved was the addition of abilities. Now, doing some research, it appears that some of these first appeared in Halo Reach, which is the next Halo game we will do in our Halo review series. I kind of got it muddled up. I thought I was meant to play Halo 4 first before Halo Reach, but I don't think it really matters too much. In Halo 4, the abilities included active camouflage, auto sentry, hard light shield, jetpack, hologram, Prometheus vision, regeneration field, and thruster pack. The thruster pack sounds a little bit triple X to me if you ask me, but I had to, if you have to ask me what my favourite couple of abilities were, the first one would be the sentry turret. That was awesome, just being able to throw that out there. It was only limited, so if you threw it out there, it had a cooldown period. So for those that don't know what a cooldown period is when an item only lasts for a set amount of time before you can reuse it again. But it was really good, especially when you had like big amounts of enemies to go up against and times where you needed to essentially heal yourself. So it's kind of like a shield and a weapon at the same time. The other one I really liked using was the jetpack. I mean, who doesn't like who doesn't like using a jetpack? It's just absolutely fun, and it kind of made it a little bit different in certain areas where you could kind of get to high points and then shoot the enemies from up in the air. I really had a lot of fun with the jetpack part of it. Vehicle wise, all the old classic favourites are back. We got the Warthog, we got the big tank Scorpion, Covenant Ghost, but then we have a newcomer, and this becomes one of my favourite vehicles of Halo 4. This one being the Mantis. The Mantis sure comes with some serious weapon loadouts. On one arm we have a machine gun, and on the other side we have a missile pod. There's just something about a mech in a game that always has me excited.
Not doing Infinity any good down here if the Didact swings in from the outer hull.
Towards the end of the game, we also get to use a flying vehicle called the Broadsword. Now, this is truly awesome. I had a lot of frustrations at this part here because I kept smashing into the walls, which isn't a surprising thing for me when my history with Halo anyway. But I had a lot of fun using this vehicle, and it's just super fast speed and just fun all at the same time. Graphically, the game looks amazing from start to finish, and it really is out of this planet. Like, literally, if you get the Master Chief Collection, you can really enjoy the 4K goodness at 60 frames per second. This is obviously better than what it was originally when it was released on the 360, but you can see the love that 343 has put into the title, all things said. Level design, this is where I do have to complain, unfortunately. There was a lot of areas where it was just really linear and you had nowhere you could really go other than the actual exact path, and this was found especially in the areas where you had vehicles. There was a lot of sort of these invisible barriers, so you'd have these areas where you could think you would be able to keep going, but unfortunately you couldn't. So I just thought that was a little bit disappointing. I would have rather it had been closed off fully, or not at all. Like, don't tease us that there's some space on the other side when there's not. Time-wise, Halo 4 is a pretty smallish game, saying that there is 10 levels if you include the prologue, but it's just enough to really enjoy. If you're playing on a harder difficulty, obviously this is going to be a lot harder to get through, but even on the more easier levels, I'm sure it'll still give you quite a lot of gameplay. Well peeps, we are at the end of the video here where we're going to give our final verdict of Halo 4, but before we do that, I want to talk to you guys about a few struggles I had with this video. That was because I had lost a number of levels of footage, so I had to go back and replay some levels, and then I got to the end, I had finished my script, I started my little, skit at the start of the video, I was getting in the rhythm to get the video started, and I lost my entire script, so I had to start from ground zero. Man, was it hard, but I tell you guys, I pushed through, and I'm really happy with the final piece how this has turned out. So hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making for you guys, but it was a 10 struggle. Master Chief really kicked my ass, and you can hear in my voice that I've lost a bit of my voice from a lot of voice work today as well. Yeah, I will say that I really enjoyed Halo 4. I loved how they really expanded out on that relationship between Cortana and Master Chief, like I had said in the early part of this video. And I just loved the graphics, I loved the vehicles, I loved the music. All in all, I thought it was a very solid title. It wasn't perfect. I probably didn't enjoy it as much as the original Halo trilogy, but that being said, I still think it's very much worthy of you guys playing it. And there's a lot of people out there that don't like Halo 4, but me personally, I enjoyed it. So my final verdict for Halo 4 is an 8 out of 10. It is really worthy of you guys spending some time and playing it. I'm sure that you will enjoy it as much as I did. Well, fingers crossed anyway. Guys, if you're looking to support me in any way, a few people have reached out. You can join my YouTube members or become a Patreon supporter. That would be so much appreciated. It definitely goes a long way to help me continue to grow this channel. But all in all, please don't feel obliged that you have to do it. It's just a nice little gesture if you wish to, that being said. Alright guys, don't forget, leave me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, fools. See you later.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.